Hi everyone again. I've done a couple of videos where I did a lot of different type foiling. So if you have missed them, they're on my channel, and I did a lot of foiling, and I did a lot of nice stuff. Some came perfect, some didn't. Could be the material I was using, things like that. But what I've decided to do now is pick up all my pieces. I've got loads now. I thought, you know what, I should be at least making a few cards just to get them going. So I've put a box near me here with loads of different papers and stuff, and I'm going to try to see if I can make something with what we had. Now, this was one, I did it a couple of days ago, and because the paper was like, it got a texture, it did not catch to it properly. So that was a waste. But you know what? It still made it look shabby chic. And I thought, what can I do with all of these? So I'm going to see the size of a card to start with. So I'm going to do it on could do something with a DL. I'm going to try a DL. If I see they don't fit nicely on a DL, I then turn around and do it on a 5x7 card. But these are the cards I usually use when I am creating something to put on I keep them in the handbag so that if anybody does anything useful for me or helpful for me, I'll then say, oh, you know what? I'm going to give them a card. But I haven't yet got an idea of how I'm going to use these or where I'm going to put them. So that could go down at the bottom there. Let's have a quick look. I might cut it and get that going somewhere there. And then have this cut out to go on there like so. From, let's say, a piece like this, just to give you an idea of how that's going to look. Something like that. And then I could have maybe a butterfly cut from another piece, which is a similar silvery color. Tell you what, I could cut even more than one piece because I've got some which are like this one, for instance, and I can cut a couple of butterflies from here. And I could cut thank you from here, and we have thank you on there, a couple of butterflies. Yeah, I might do something like that. So let's have a look, because when I start doing, that's a different method to when I first get going. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to put a piece of, now I know I bought, let me get the stuff I need, because you know what, to buy all these things and then don't use them, I think that is a waste in itself. So a few months way back, I bought this box because I saw some people using it, and I thought, what a great idea. So what I'm going to do, cut a piece out. Let's get my other scissors because I don't want to use the foil scissors on sticky stuff. So I'm going to cut a bit out like that. Every now and then I'll lose them, so I'll then cut them again. That's a bit of press and seal. The other piece, I'll leave it somewhere where I can get to it. And what I'm going to do is place that on top of there, like so. So I'll just cut it in a second, and we'll have our first bit that might go nice with that piece of material. Now, the other thing is I'm going to find a die. That's a rectangular die. Let's see if we've got one. That I can cut out of my paper like so. So I'm going to cut that one off. Don't cut that way. I'm going to cut it here from the middle bit. So that would then go up there. Oh, I tell you what I'm going to do. Give me a second. I'm going to get them ready, so I'll then cut them quickly. And we'll try to put the card together very easily and simply. Right, hello to all my friends. I know a lot of you do come back in and watch what I've been up to. I'm doing this. It's not live, but you know what? I can still say hello to all the ladies that come to my lessons. I know you all like watching what I am up to. This one, I'm going to find another piece of rectangle, another rectangle. Let's see what we've got. Something maybe a little bit bigger than that one. I'm going to cut it from here. You'll see what I'm going to do shortly. Just cut them like that so it holds the pieces where I need them. Then I will pass them through my die cutting machine. Once they're cut, we'll start sticking them on and see what we can come up with, I should say. So I found some that matched the first original piece I had that I didn't know what else I'm going to do with. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to cut a couple of these moth-like butterflies, maybe a butterfly like that, a little bit bigger. And I'm going to cut them from this part of my design, the same color, so I can use it from there. Let's cut this down here because I don't need it all. I will cut some more designs from it later. I could have done a background with it, but now that will do me nicely. So I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine. I'm going to find my plates, which are standing on the side here. And I'm just going to cut them through. So that's the first bit I'm going to cut. This is just a piece of scrap paper, nothing new or drastic there. Let's turn it on my hand. And there it goes. That's one. That's my first bit. Done. That's going to be my second one. I'm just going to go in and back out. And then we'll see how it looks when I finish with it. I haven't got an idea yet, but we'll soon find out how it will turn out. I'm going to cut the two butterflies, or the butterfly and moth, I should say. Let's cut there. I've got that bit that's going to hold my sentiment. I'm going to place that there. I like making thank you cards. And the reason for it, I always say, I've said it many a times, you'll hear me say it again and again, because I like to make thank you cards to hold in my handbag, because they do, trust me, come in handy, especially if you like to say, to show somebody an appreciation to what they've done for you. So that's what I like to do. So now that I've cut them all I need is a thank you, which I think I have some in here as well. Haven't decided on the color yet, what I'm going to try to do. So let's see what colors we've got. I might use this one. We'll see in a minute how it will look. I'm going to get my piece of card. That's the card, the GL card. I'm going to start off with this piece of, they're scrap papers. When we work, when I do like a lesson and we do cutting from a USB on 8x8 paper, we'll end up with loads of pieces. What I tend to do, I don't throw them away because I don't believe that waste is any good for anyone. So I'm going to cut that. Well, actually, that could be another one somewhere else later. Let's leave it as it is for now, because you never know what I make up with. This bit, I'm going to throw away. I mean, come on. I can't really keep using scraps of scraps, so I'll never get rid of anything. They can be handy. Sometimes something like that. You can stamp on it, or but I'm going to get rid of it. I have to learn to get rid of these pieces. So this one is going to come here, and this one is going to come over it like so. I've done two pieces there. Now, this bit, I'm going to have it there in the center like so. Okay, so that's going to go somewhere there. Then I'm going to do, now remember, these are not cards like the cards I usually like making. I like making complicated cards. These are pure, simple cards made from scraps, foiling, demonstrations I've done. So whatever I'm left with, I try to make use of them using it as a card. So I'm going to come off with that. And I'm going to come off with that. Now, that one comes off nicely. And if I just give it that little bit of a round shape like that, that can go nicely on there. And you know what? I might not even need the big one. Now, the big one has a little groove that needs to be cut if you want it a separate butterfly. They've done it in a way so you can make it and it comes out of your card, which is quite nice and good to use, but I don't need it in that way at the moment. So I've got another butterfly which I can easily do a little bit of shape for, and I can place it somewhere else on that design. Let's have a look. I can have it like that. Look, two butterflies. That goes there. Something like that. You know what? A thanks can go on there, like so. Let's see if I can put this maybe down here. And that one can go the opposite way there to have it on my card, like so. So that bit of shiny bit that I nearly threw away because it did not come how I wanted it. You know what? It still worked and I can still make use of it now that I finished with this card. So I'm going to stick it on. I'm not keen on this one. I might cut a couple of more of these small butterflies because I think these moths look really, really cool. I like that. I'm going to place that there. Let me see if I can do something a little bit different. That goes there. That can go at an angle like so. There's nothing to say that everything has to be straight when you are crafting. This is the bit I had, which I quite like, and that can go on here. I can put that a little bit at an angle as well. That can go there. That can go up there. This can come. That goes. Thanks. I'm not sure how I would like to have it. Something like that. Okay, and I'm gonna go give it, you know what? Let's start one at a piece at a time, and we'll see what we come up with. So, I'm gonna place that there, and this could come on there. I don't know yet. I'm just trying to work out. Maybe straight. I haven't decided whether I want it straight or it's an angle. Maybe something like that. And then I can have thanks on here in the middle. And then I can have a bit of let's have a look. I just need to experiment with this. I know you might be thinking, come on, Susan, you should have done one, and I don't. I don't do one and then do another. But when you see what I'm doing and how I keep changing my mind and change how it's going to look, it will give you an idea. And you say, well, you know what? Even Susan takes forever to decide how she really would like her pieces to go on. That goes there. And this goes on there. This will come on here. Tell you what, if I do it the opposite way around, I think this will be better. So that can go there. That's done. And this can go up there to the same sort of place there. This can come down here. This can then come down here. Like so. And that's how I like it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick them down. And then I'm going to do thanks on there like so. I think I will do it at an angle. Thanks. And then I'll have that little beautiful butterfly moth coming up on somewhere like so in the corner. And that would make a lovely little card that I was not anticipating having. So I'm going to stop there so you don't see me sticking it on. Once it's stuck, I'll show you how it ended and I'll carry on with doing another one. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just my ladies who will be seeing this. Right, I've set them up. I did decide afterwards to just put a little bit of silver going all the way down, even though it's a little bit narrower down at the bottom. And now what I'm going to do is with this, I always try it out on a piece of card first. I go like so and make sure it's going to come out and it's going to be nice and rounded. I always do a few because sometimes if I haven't used this for a while, it does not come right. You just put it on, and I'm going to do a couple of dots here and there, just so that it will mark. What I'll do now, I'll leave it somewhere in a safe place, because you know what will happen? I'll put something else over it, and that will really ruin the card. What I tend to do is just go around, put a few dots here and there. That makes the design, and I'll wait for them to dry, and then I'll have a lovely little card saying thank you for anyone who may come to deserve that. So there you go, that's done. I'm going to leave it there to dry. That's my first card from the first piece of waste that I did. That was going to be wasted because I thought, who's going to use that? It didn't come take right. But it still came quite effective. So that's my first one. I'm going to do something else now. So let's have a look and see what we've got next. Now for the next one, I'm not sure about that. I've got these pieces. They seem to maybe go together. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with them yet. Let's have a look and see what there is. Let's see if we can do something with these. I've got a few more pieces if needs be. There they are. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll tell you what, I've just had an idea. If I cut these and have them on a bluey piece of, purpley piece of card, I could do it like that and do the edge. Then I'll have that. Don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I've got to see how I'm going to do it. My brain is thinking, what can I do with them? All right, okay, let's do this one. Let's do this one first. I've done these three pieces. I've got a black normal piece of scrap. There's a black piece of scrap that I did some foiling over. And then we had some, this is silver, so let's leave that out. So what I'm going to do first is cut these by using one of the dies or anything like that. I'm going to do a 5x7 card for this one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this using one of these dies. I'm going to place it exactly along the lines like that. So when it cuts perfectly straight with the lines that I have. Remember, this was a piece of waste foil that I did on a piece of yellow card and gave me this lovely little design. So if it goes wrong, it's only a piece of foil and a piece of card that I'm really wasting, nothing else. Then I'm going to do something similar with this one, but this time, let's see what we can do. If I did, let's have a look. Where are my dies gone? Right, let's have a look, let's have a look. I'm just trying to think where everything is and what can I use. Let's have a look at this set. This is a lovely set. I like it very much. Then again, I need to see how I'm going to use it. So let's have a quick look. If I move these pieces out, they should all be stuck down. I don't want to lose any of them. I don't need the big ones because they would not fit on a 5x7. And the papers I've got are not big enough for them anyway. So the one I might be able to use would be these. And what I'm thinking of doing, let's have a look. If I cut that from a black piece, let's see if it fits on my card first. Oh, it does fit on the card, yes. Let's have a look. Can I cut it from a black piece here? Who knows? We'll soon find out. That's just about, I need a black piece of card. Let's see if I can find a black piece. Okay. Let me go and get, I'll be with you in a second. I'm just going to quickly get a piece of black card. So I brought a piece of black card, well, it's not as thick, but it's still quite nice blacky color. What I'm going to do is place that on there with a piece of my press and seal. And I'm going to cut just about somewhere there. I mean, I'm using scraps. So don't look at it and think, what's Susan doing? I'm using scraps because I'm interested in using recyclable material for these kind of cards, right? So I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to cut this from here. I'm going to set it up in the middle like so. And I'm going to cut that from this one. So it will go in the center of that one. Let's change my mind about that from now. So I'm going to do that piece there. That goes on top of it. And then I'm going to do my thank you. I think I have a thank you that I can cut. I've got a die. Let's see where I've placed it. And what it does, it cuts two out of it, the back and the front. I've been doing a lot of thank you sentiments with it, but this time I'm going to need it because I'm going to do two again, and I'm going to do it. Let's find it because I've got loads and loads of dies. At the moment, I'm trying to use with my, here it is. It's the thanks. I love that die. That is one die. It's nothing to do with foiling as such, but you know what? It makes such beautiful die cuts and such beautiful sentiments. I think it would look nice. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cut it from here to start with. If it goes wrong, it's only a piece of yellow card with some foiling from the waste. Okay, so it's not gonna do any harm or anything like that to anything if I throw it away. So what? I'm not gonna get richer or poorer by having it. So I'm gonna stick that on. I'm gonna get another piece and put it on the other side. So that's gonna be cut. But then I need the opposite. When I say the opposite, I'm going to need a black piece cut from this as well. So let's have a look and see what we can do with what I'm cutting. And then if it needs anything else, I'll go and get something else and I'll do more to it. But I want them nice and simple, plain and easy. Although my ladies say, Susan, don't use the word easy. Because when we say easy, guess what? It will always end up being difficult. So I'm going to cut that first. Done. That's my first one. And then I'm going to cut it again. But this time, I'm going to cut it from a black piece. Now, I left them together because it's really nice to cut everything at once, like so. You'll see what I'm going to do with it in a second. So I've got that thing there. Then I'm going to cut two, which are black. So I've got a black piece here. I'm going to place it on there. And hey ho, that's going to be cut from black. I might cut one from white as well. It depends. Let's see how it's going to look when I do it. So until I see it, you can't really know how it's going to turn out. So that's done. That's cut. And ready? So they're going to be altered back and front together. Now I'm going to take this bit and I'm going to cut that bit. Give me a second, please. That's been cut. And you know, when I first did it, because of the little overfoiling, I thought maybe I won't use it. But I think doing it this way, it's going to get all this overfoiling off. And there you go. I've got a nice label. That's done. This one I don't need, so that's going to go in the bin. And then I'm going to use my other black one. And I'm going to cut it with some design on as well, because I think it would look better. I'm going to cut that. Make sure it's gone through all right. I'm going to take it off. My design didn't go completely cut, so I'm going to leave it where it is. I'm going to place it on there, and I'm going to do a couple of shims. Sometimes that happens. I've got the press cut tidy or whatever it is, and I could use that. I even got the die cut like wax paper I could use, but you know what? I'm just going to use these. And I hope that it's going to stay in the right place. If it doesn't, it's only a bit black piece of card, I'll do another one. So it's not like the Third World War is going to start because of that or anything, you know, it's just a piece of card. And there goes, it looks like it's been done. Whether it's been done correctly, that's a different matter. I'm going to check in a second. See, it's gone really through nicely. And there you go. I got my design ready as well. So, move this out of the way. I'm going to start building my card now. So I said I'm going to use that card there. I'm going to place that one on there in the center, like so, because black on white would make it look quite nice. You know what? I'm going to cut it again because I've got a couple of places. Look, it didn't cut nice, and I don't like it. It's only a piece of scrap, I always say. So let's cut it again, but this time I'm going to use the proper piece of, or I'll put some what's it on it so it won't move, and this will be cut correctly. So let's put it there as well, like so. I'm going to do a couple of sheets of paper, and I'm going to cut it again. So let's have a look. So that goes there. These are going to go underneath it there, like so. That's going to go on top, and we're ready to go. So let's have a look. So that's done. And we'll see what happens. It could be the paper is really, it's paper, it's not card. It could be that's what's causing this problem. Let's have a look. No, much better now, so I'm happy with this one. And you know what? I did not need to cut the edge because it's got an edge on it already. So that's made so you can have a bottom one cut outside it, matte and layering. I didn't realize they were like that. So that's my bit of problem, but it's all right. It doesn't matter because I've done what I needed to do. Now, I'm going to do this. This is going to go in the center there. This is going to go right in the middle, on top of it there. I could move it up a little if you want. I could have thanks in the center. Let's have a look. Then I'm going to use a thank you. That's going to go in the center there. And thanks either at the center or I might do it at the bottom. I have to see where it fits best. Because remember, all I've got are pieces that have been used and foiled, and I'm going to try to make use of them. So that's going to go on top of that. Now that's not bad, but I don't like it as much. So what I'm going to do is see if I turn it round or if I move it up to the top there. In the center. I'll turn it round as well to see what difference it makes. And I'll have this bit down at the bottom there. So thanks, even in the center. And then what I might do is just to give it a bit of, I don't want to add more colors. I don't want to do flowers that are colorful. But I could have something on there. Another thing I could do, you know what I always say, it's a piece of paper. I'm going to do something else. You're never going to guess what I'm going to come up with because you would think I'm mad doing what I'm going to do. But let's see. I don't mind. If it goes wrong, so what? Look what I'm going to do. And this should give you confidence to when you're doing something, you try things out because unless you try, you don't know. So look what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this straight in the center there. So I'm finding the point which is the center point and the center point there. And you know what? Bye-bye. Cut it into two. Now I'm going to take this one. I'm going to place it center there, exactly on there, and center exactly on there. Don't even dare come to me. The cat is trying to come on my bed. I'm going to cut that there. Okay? Do you think, oh my God, Susan, what are you doing? I'll show you. Because I thought if I place one down below here, one up above on there, see? Then I can have one going up there, like so, if they are together, and one coming down here, like so. Okay, that's done. Now, in the center, if I take the die I had before, let's see where it went. Maybe this die. That's a little bit too big, I think. But you know what? Might do the job. Let's see if I just put these in. That goes there, and that goes on top of it there. That makes a nice card as well. So it could have pens there, look. See, so I'm going to do it that way. And these, I'm going to lift them up a couple of notches. So let's start with this black one. First thing I'm going to do is put some glue on this one. And before I just put it on, I'm going to test something. What if I did it that way? Along the line at the top. And then this one comes the other way along the top there. And then you have things in the middle. That might look nice. You know what? I'm going to do it that way because I like to dare and do different things. I'm going to stick that there. Look, piece of scrap. And I'm going to do the other one. I like this how it was as well. But you know what? Sometimes thinking out of the box makes a difference to what we are doing. I'm going to place that there. And that gets stuck there. All I need is to make sure that I've got it more or less centered with that one. Ah, yes, I like that. Now this, I'm going to stick down below there. There it goes. This, I am going to do at the top in the same way. like so. And now thanks, I could even turn it that way. I mean, it's just the more you enjoy building and doing, the more you get out of what you do. So let's have a look and see first. I might do it still the way I was going to do it in the first place. That's not bad, but you know what? I think I like it better like so. I'm going to place that there in the middle. And see how nice that now stood in. So let's just put a bit of tape onto my thank you bit. Let's cut it off into half. That's why I leave this scissors for glue and the other scissors for foil. So I'm going to cut them. There's a few there. So let's put them on. One, two. That's going to go there, and this will be lifted above the other two. That's why I'm doing it this way. Henrietta, right? I'm going to place it there in the center. And then the other, the thanks, I'm going to do a few pieces. I'm going to get some out. Some of my little mini pieces here. I'm starting to run out, so I need some again. These are small ones, so I'm going to use them. And I'm going to place them on the letters. They may still be a bit too big, so I'm going to cut them in half. I'm going to use the small ones. On top of my pieces. Give me a second. I'm going to get another piece. It's difficult to get off. They're quite fine and small, but you know what? When I'm doing it on a video, you don't want to take too much time. But then when you don't take too much time, it doesn't look as good as you normally would want to do it. So please make sure you take your time. You won't be on a video, you won't be recording, and at the end of the day, to be fair, people don't want to wait for me to do it. You can always just skip a little bit, quick fast forward to see what the next bit ends up with. That's entirely up to you. I'm going to place a bit there. Now I'll take off any backing pieces and stick it on my thanks, which is already stuck on the card. And I've got it's good even for a man. If you're going to give it, you could have had happy birthday for a man. That looks nice. We all say, oh, we don't know how to make cards for men. Don't know why, because there's a lot of men who love flowers anyway. But somehow we feel if it's men, we can't do them the cards like we do for ladies, do we? So here goes. That's going to be placed on the thanks there. And we're done. That's another card made very easy and simple. It looks absolutely gorgeous when you see it. It's very simple card, so don't take it. I'm telling you that that's a gorgeous card because there are so many beautiful cards we make with tattered lace, with carnation craft dies. So I do make a lot of those, but for a simple card, it turned out to be quite a nice little card there. I hope you liked. I'm going to stop there because if I carry on doing others, it's going to be a very long video. I'm going to stop it there. And then when I do the rest, I'll let you into seeing what I came up with. Thanks for now. Goodbye.